Hi everybody. I want to first off thank you so much for all your comments. I will get back to everybody as soon as I can. Uh, I have unfortunately lost another bird today, or a few days ago. I guess she died a few days ago because I wasn't able to get to the barn for a while. I made sure for a few days, and I made sure there was plenty of food and water there. But somebody else had been here, worked a little bit, and I should have checked. But he shut the food box in this pheasant, and I don't think she did it herself. And so I lost this pheasant. So I've been in sort of a rotten mood. Not because I didn't. I should have gone down there anyway, no matter what I felt like. I made sure when somebody's around, you know, as you guys know, I'm sure, or people that if you hire anybody for doing anything, you know, I mean, a lot of times you just have to go through after they leave and just go. Did they do everything right? Did they leave something on? You know, if it's in the winter, is a heater on? If it's in the summer, is a hose on? Or did they leave a door? You know, is the latch there so a bird won't kill itself in between the door jamb and the door? If it swings shut, I mean, there's a zillion things, and I failed this pheasant because I didn't get down there to see it in time. You know, but my friend that works here, I think he thought there wasn't anybody in that cage, indoor outdoor thing, or in that aviary place. But anyway, it's life. We all have our losses, that's for sure. And speaking of that, I mentioned in the KJMO Dark Night Radio thing yesterday about fentanyl being sold as uh, oxycodone, and it's a really bad deal. It brought, because it kills you. It's a friend of the wound care nurse said, I couldn't believe it. She said, a friend of her daughter, I think I mentioned this in that interview, or that radio thing, or my fake radio thing, that a friend of her daughter bought one oxycodone. I thought, what does that mean? One. I used to have to take 6 or 7 of them to feel anything. But she bought one, but it was fentanyl. I thought, my God. And then she said about, well, 5 or 6 people in a house near Portland, all doing fentanyl. Got a bad batch. Thought them all dead. So I don't know who those people are, but man, here's to you strangers that keep on dying. I mean, over this fentanyl high must be super great. I think I've had to use it. Rosalie told me that. I don't remember anything about it. I had it with other stuff years ago. But man, of course, if you're a junkie, you want to go for the best thing possible. The best thing, the best side. One that will cut through tolerance. Because as you do more dope, you build your tolerance. If something like fentanyl is so strong, I guess it's supposed to be that strong, obviously, it's killed enough people in this country, or all over the world. You have to be careful, man, with that kind of shit. Or any of it, but especially something like this pharmaceutical, it's straight up, or if it's a homemade thing too. It doesn't sound like the high is worth the risk. I mean, you pick up a harmonica, you get your endorphins rushing. I wish those 6 people that died in that house in Portland from bad batch of fentanyl could understand that if they just pick up a harp or a saxophone or something, well, you blow into a saxophone, but a harmonica, you draw a breath in like you're running. Man, get a hold of one of these things and try that instead of dope. But this is going out to these poor, sad junkies that were found in a abandoned or some house near Portland, just dead from a bad batch of fentanyl. Well, you better be careful when you're doing that thing. But when you're out on the street, you might not know what you're really gonna get just the same. They say it's one thing, it could be a killer. Well, they say it's alright, you can do yourself a whole bag. Or you can take that pill, don't need to cut it in half. They want your money, they want you to come on back. They want you to be satisfied, but if you happen to die, it don't really matter, 'cause another one of you they'll find anyway. 'Cause there's always another her or him ready to get on the addiction train. You see, it really don't matter. They don't understand how it affects their brain. They don't care, they just want your money, you see. They lie to you like they are looking into God's eye and saying, man, God, I don't give a damn. I'll sell you a dime and tell you it's 25. It's worth 25 bucks when it's only a dime. So let me tell you all something, better be cool. Don't act like a stupid goddamn fool. Watch yourself when you're out on the street. You never know when you're gonna get beat. You might run into a stone that somebody calls Mexican tar. You might run into tar that somebody calls stone. You might run into a narc that says he's a junkie thief. You might never know when you're gonna get beat. Well, you think you're gonna get high one day, and then you're gonna wind up in the jailhouse that day. Instead of getting high that day, you're eating beans and taters in the jailhouse that night. Or maybe somebody likes what you've got. They come up to you and they say give it up. They don't know you just done all your thing. They're gonna cut you up anyway, sweet baby. And now this new thing, Fentynal, been around for a little while now. Dropping every boy like a bowling pin. One excellent bowler doing his thing. They don't got enough refrigerator trucks in Seattle to collect all the dead bodies in. And when they get to riding like in that old house near Portland, where all those junkies died in. But I know how it is, you know you want the best. When I was young and I heard Somebody else had died, you see. You know it's finest dope around indeed. I remember Golden Boy and Killer Wish. I remember Death wished as well as a killer wish. You see, just each other giving each other a kiss. Well, the Golden Boy was as fine as can be. That sweet white dough from China. China white, China Fentynal, I ain't blaming the Chinese. It just comes from there. Well, the best things that seem that you believe that all the best things, they're the ones that are killing. They're the killers out there. But if you don't want to be just a statistic, you better try to maybe quit. 'Cause that ain't such an easy trick. But if you care about living a little, you might just consider to quit. 'Cause really it ain't worth it in the end. 'Cause if the drugs don't get you the disease, well, let me tell you, there are very few old junkies. So if anyone you all listen to this might consider quit and grab yourself I know it sounds stupid as can be, or try to run a marathon, but you're breathing, baby, getting those endorphins in, you see. After 3 sets of playing, you'll feel like you're just riding a wave. It's kind of a lot better, I'd say, than shooting something into you and getting it that fast way. You might consider what I say, but I don't know a goddamn thing. Anyway, I'm just saying, it's really a bad news thing. The fentanyl dropping, people lie, shooting ducks in a gallery at an amusement park. Do you want to be some clown's mark? Wow, I was way longer than I intended it to be. I'm just saying, if there's one person that might hear this thing and say, hey, maybe there's a way out. Because it doesn't ever look like it when you're strung out. But there is. There really is. There's a real way out. Look at Jason Ritchie. Look what he's fucking did. He did all the time during jails. He's out. Doing swell. One of the best players in the country. Anyway, and there are others that make a decision to say, it's the end. No more. It took me a long time to do that. But it's my 20th anniversary of not using heroin at all today from the last 20 years. And before that, the previous 30 years, I had used it at least a few times a year. And you never know, when you chip like that, easy to kill yourself. In fact, I probably overdosed. I bet you I've overdosed 12 times in my life. It's a miracle I'm here. Yeah, it is. Hep B, not as bad as Hep C, but it sure got me. I've got lucky with Hep C. I'm in the little teeny tiny percentile that doesn't seem to be affected by it. But between the people that want to rip you off, the cops that want to bust you, the drugs that want to kill you, hell, I'm lucky to be 67, but I mean, I'm still doing stupid things, you know. I didn't deal with this wound stuff until lately, but I was scared of those wound care people, which I guess because they didn't do me right before. So I guess that's another thing to say about this and end it, is to say, try to get past your fear. That's the biggest thing. Fear is the biggest thing, it seems to me, that if you have that fear, it's like a avalanche. It just rolls and rolls and rolls into more fear and paranoia. If you can just get past like fear of quitting methadone, fear of quitting junk, fear of quitting a job, fear of quitting a crummy relationship, if you can get past that stuff, fear of finding dead animals when you take it too long to go find and take care of your animals because you fear that you're going to find a dead animal when you know that by fearing that eventually you will die and that happen and you will, I mean, this isn't exactly what happened to me, but I just wasn't, I had help. It's just a freak accident with this pheasant that died, but whatever. But too many of those freak accidents add up to your responsibility, and that's what it comes down to, is being responsible about what we're trying to do, trying to make it. I mean, if anybody cares about wanting to live, you gotta try. It's not always comfortable to make those decisions to try to want to live. In fact, a lot of times it sucks. Believe me, the fastest way to paradise is a heroin cocaine mix, you know, but that only lasts about 20 minutes. And if that's what you consider, I mean, the first time, and then you got to do it again, and again, and then it never is the same as the first time. So it's all really, if that's your idea, that was my idea of a great kick, but it had to get past it. I feared quitting that stuff, but once I got past it, and once this incident happened 20 years ago, when I accidentally, because of irresponsibility, killed a bird that I loved very much named Bella. I think I spoke about this before in other videos. Because I was on methadone and I felt, I was making bad decisions. Um, Once I get past, you know, I mean, I swore to her I wasn't going to do the dope anymore, and that happened. But I have to go further now. I have to make sure that I want to finish off my life with just trying to, you know, follow through with what I want to do with, and not be half-assed about it. And to me, it's easy to be young and want to do dope and fentanyl, and you get with a group of people, and it's all a big kick and stuff. And I don't know much about fentanyl. I admit, but it just sounds like it's. I don't even know how long it lasts, really. But it sounds like it lasts a while. But my, I think from the pharmaceutical that I used to do, that was Tussinex, cough medicine. And before they put the time release thing on it, you could drink an ounce or so, and it was better than heroin and cocaine because it was just super oxycodone and decongestant mix, and you'd stay high for 24 hours or so, and not like methadone, you'd really be high. But is it worth it in the end? Not really. You pick up something like this, you get good at it, wait, I've been really good. I'm good at this stuff. Check out this guy Moneyman on YouTube, a guy from Brazil. Super guitar player, super artist. Does R.L. Burnside like, man, never heard before. Anyway, that's an artist. That's where you get the biggest high to me, doing what you believe in. So with all that ranting and raving, I just want to say, God, I hope all these people that are dying from fentanyl, I truly hope there's a heaven and that they find a better place to be than where they've been. But most of them, they never get the opportunity to figure that one out. I mean, and I wonder, like, why me? Why am I alive still? After overdosing in various people's apartments from the West Coast to Europe, And why am I still here? I don't have the slightest fucking idea. But I don't know. Anyway, I say a prayer for all those bodies that are just rotting in some crummy house outside of Portland, having a good old time until they get this bad batch of fentanyl. I say a prayer for all those bodies stuck in refrigerator trucks in Seattle where they don't have time to give them autopsies fast enough because they have to do that. I swear to God, I say a prayer for all the folks that are still strung out, that are living in between life's creases and folds. And I pray that they can get out of that crummy situation they're in. I guess now they created a wonderful open drug market near Portland because they kind of decriminalized it. But I guess some of the people are taking total advantage of it, and junkies are pretty selfish people, and so it doesn't seem to be working. The idea was cool. You sell dope, we don't bust you. You can do what you want to do. The problem is a lot of the dope is crummy dope, so the cops don't care about that. They just don't want to be bothered with anything. But the junkies know it is, and they're selling stuff, and anyway, it's getting out of hand, and they're thinking about repealing that. So it's one more step backwards in the drug world. But I hope to hell, if anybody stayed this long in this video, they got some clue of what I'm talking about. That it's a very sad thing with fentanyl, especially, and to be careful out there if you're using it. So long, everybody, and to all you addicts out there, like I said, pay attention to what you're buying, because if my wound care nurse's friend's daughter could go buy herself an oxycodone, turn it in, it's really fentanyl, take the thing and be dead in an hour's time. It could happen to any one of us. Not me anymore, because I'm an opiate doctor. My doctor's smart. Okay, so long, goodbye. God bless y'all. Wish you a fun evening, morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Bye-bye.